You don't need to be a computer scientist to understand AI. At its heart, AI is about finding patterns in data. Think about a child who's shown thousands of pictures of cats and dogs. Eventually, they can tell them apart, but they couldn't explain exactly how they know a cat is a cat. They just recognize the patterns. Modern AI works the same way, only at a much larger scale. It looks at huge amounts of examples and learns the patterns hidden inside them. That's the single most important idea in this whole lesson. Once you see AI as a very powerful pattern spotter, everything else it does starts to make a lot more sense. Every AI system moves through the same 3 stages. First is training, where the AI learns patterns from data. Language AI is trained on billions of words from books, websites, and conversations. Image AI is trained on millions of labeled pictures. Music AI is trained on thousands of songs. During training, the AI adjusts internal settings, called parameters or weights, to better predict patterns. Second is the model, which stores those learned patterns. Third is inference, where the AI answers new inputs. Here's a simple way to picture training. Imagine learning to predict what comes next in sentences. After reading, the cat sat on the blank, you'd guess mat or floor. Read millions of sentences, and you'd get very good at predicting the next word. So, what is a model really? It's essentially a mathematical recipe for making predictions. Importantly, the model doesn't remember all the data it saw. Instead, it captures patterns and relationships that help it handle new situations. Think about cooking. After learning many dishes, you don't memorize every recipe. You develop intuition about what flavors go together and how heat affects food, and you can even create new dishes from those principles. That's what a model does. Then comes inference, which is simply using the AI. When you type, "Write me an email about," you're giving it a new input, and the model predicts what words should come next based on the patterns it learned during training. Learning happens once. Inference happens every time you use it. Modern AI uses neural networks, inspired by, but not identical to, the human brain. The basic structure has 3 parts. The input layer receives your data, such as words or pixels. The hidden layers process that information through many calculations. The output layer produces the result, like the next word or a classification. When a network has many hidden layers, we call it deep learning. A simple network might have 2 or 3 layers and learn only basic patterns. A deep network can have 10, 100, or more layers, letting it learn complex concepts and produce sophisticated outputs. Modern language AI like ChatGPT has billions of parameters spread across many layers. More layers means the AI can capture richer, more subtle patterns in the data. Let's trace what happens when you ask a question. First, your input is processed. Your text is broken into tokens, roughly words or word pieces, and each token becomes a number the AI can work with. Second, the model predicts. The neural network calculates probabilities for what token should come next based on all the patterns it learned. Third, it works token by token, generating one piece at a time, each time considering everything that came before. For example, given the prompt, "The capital of France is," the AI weighs its options. Paris at 98% confidence, other words far lower, and outputs Paris. This repeats until the response is complete. It happens so fast the text appears to flow naturally. Let's clear up some common myths. People say AI understands what I'm saying. In reality, it processes patterns in text. It doesn't know what a cat is. It knows how the word cat relates to other words. People say AI is thinking. In reality, there's no consciousness or reasoning, just billions of calculations doing very sophisticated pattern matching. People say AI remembers everything. In reality, most tools have limited memory within a conversation and don't recall past conversations unless specifically designed to. Each chat usually starts fresh. and people say AI accesses the internet for answers. In reality, most models are trained on data up to a certain date and don't browse the web in real time, unless a specific web browsing feature is switched on. AI is only as good as its training data. More data generally means better performance. Biased data leads to biased outputs. Old data means outdated knowledge, and limited data means limited abilities. If an AI was trained mostly on English, it'll be much better at English than other languages. So when the results feel like magic, remember it has processed more text than any human could read. It's applying patterns from billions of examples, and it's doing probability calculations at incredible speed. It's not truly creative, it's combining patterns in new ways. And because it predicts likely outputs rather than true ones, it can confidently state wrong information. That's called hallucination. Plausible sounding doesn't mean accurate, which is why you should always verify important information. Let's lock it in. AI learns by finding patterns in vast amounts of data. Neural networks process inputs through layers of calculations. Language AI predicts one token at a time based on probability. It doesn't truly understand or think. It does sophisticated pattern matching. And it can be confidently wrong through hallucination because it predicts what's plausible, not what's true. Quick check yourself. What's the difference between training and inference? Why can AI be confidently incorrect? And what makes a neural network deep? Now see it in action. Head to this lesson on FreeAcademy.ai and use the interactive prompt playground, or open ChatGPT or Claude and type "the capital of France is." Watch it predict the next words in real time. Next up, we'll explore the different types of AI.